Welcome to this week's reading. If you're new, welcome. I'm really excited about this particular reading. It's been a little over a week since I've done a channeled message, and so it's long overdue. So let's see what the guides and spirit has to say. So welcome. If you're new here, my name is Carrie. I am a medium and an Akashic Records reader and mentor, and I am excited to just roll in, connect with spirit, and see what's coming through. So we're going to start with some oracle card pulls. And when I'm connecting in with our guides, bring forth what messages we need for our highest good. Now, we had a lot of very interesting lessons around this Scorpio season that I noticed. And what my guides kept illustrating for me to share with the collective and for my own path was to really just get grounded, get centered in the moment, and be okay with things not moving quickly and forward. And that there was a reason for that. And it goes along with the astrology of the way so many planets were in retrograde. And when that's happening, you can really be sure that a lot of things are happening to many of us, not just individually, but as a collective, because many of them were outer planets and continue to be so. And when that happens, that means typically those of us, especially that are sensitive, are going through this big shift that we can feel the energy moving into another space. But if we try to move ahead of where we're supposed to be, we come up against a brick wall often. So let's just go ahead and be where we are right now, see what I'm getting. So the interesting thing right away with this card, we're getting the card of letting go. We're getting this beautiful white rose of simplicity, Rebecca Campbell's gorgeous new deck, her inner temple deck. And the end is also the beginning. And so you'll notice here is like the world card in tarot. This is things that are coming to a close, things that are getting sewn up, that have taken a long time to arrive at where they are. But what we need to know is that, during this time of year, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere, and you are in that space of the leaves are falling, it's autumn, we go within, things get to be clearer, deeper by spending time within and not pulling ourselves in a lot of directions, but staying put. And that's something that's begun happening. But as we do that, then what's underneath the surface is a lot of things are starting to percolate and activate. And you can be sure of that. And we just pulled the card of Scorpio, and this makes a lot of sense. So we pulled the Death card. And then we also pulled the Ten of Swords. So that is the ending of something pretty painful, disruptive, and something that you were just basically done with. And when we're at the point of cycles being done, we're done with it because we are moving into wanting different things in our life. We want to have a different expression and interaction with our lives, with the things in our life. And this could be related to work, relationships. This can be related to expansion, maybe wanting to move out of where you are into something else, and wanting to feel a deep sense of inspiration. And part of inspiration, we know, comes from in spirit, in spiritus. That means the spirit within. So Six of Wands is here, which is really telling us that, now is a time when we are putting ourselves first, that we do deserve the praise, the accolades, the acknowledgement of it's like your rightful place. You do deserve success. And this is something you've earned not by trying to get other people to acknowledge or pay attention to you, but for you to know that that's where you belong. It's for you. And this is, here we go. We have this beautiful energy of the Sun card coming out, which is the card of the journey you've been on and the success that comes with that. which also leads, it's very high up in the major arcana. So you're at the end of a cycle again where there has been trials, tribulations, you've gone through the journey, the tests. It's required patience, discipline, and courage. And now you're moving into this place with the Queen of Pentacles, which has so much to do with what you want to build, what you want to invest in, and what you want to see happen in your life. And we are right at the end of this. This year's been tough. 2025 has been a year in numerology of 9. 9 is tough. 9's ending, 9's coming into completion with things, 9's, getting ready for making space for new things. And here we go. So 4 of Pentacles, many of us has felt stubborn. We've felt stuck. We have felt like things weren't happening fast enough. And I think that's just really modeled here in the Scorpio season. I really saw that happening a lot. Now here we go. So we have all this Wands energy coming out. So we have the Sagittarius energy coming out here, right? The fire, the Lion of Courage with Leo's energy in there. And also knowing that you are taking part right now in your life to be an activator, to have action happen, to use the fire that's within you to make things happen in your life that feel, as we said, in resonance. The thing about the King of Wands energy is that he really waits for no one. He doesn't wait for permission from other people. He wants things to be clear. He wants things for the people around him to be empowered. It's that, the fire energy really is an energy of making things move and happen in its different iterations as it moves through the wheel, right? So starting with Aries being like blasting things open, starting things, self-starter. And then we have Leo, which is bringing the pride along and wanting to be seen, illuminating things. And then we have Sagittarius, which is where we are now, which is then the action taker, the mobilizer, and being in a transitional position as well, in that it moves and it's pliable because it is a mutable sign. That means it's readjusting things and making things move from one form to the next. But also then you're I'm hearing learning to earn. So that could be moving jobs, that could be new beginnings with things that are going on for you. It's really exciting time, difficult, but it's exciting. So then we have the 7 of Wands so there's a need for those boundaries and patience with that. And then we have the Lover's card. Okay, so when we get the Lover's card in this instance, I feel like this could be a few different things. First of all, this could be you specifically starting with something that you really care about and are passionate about or interested in. This could be a relationship, but this could be a new project. This could be things that you've been waiting for that are coming into alignment. But also there is a note here with the 7 of Wands that even though the things you're wanting are really falling into place, there is also a need for great patience to know that you do need to still have those boundaries and to make sure that you exercise clarity and caution and clear articulation of what it is you still need. Because even though you might love something and you really desire it, the 7 of Wands is really saying protect your energy. And that's just really it's very good advice. So then we have Temperance. This is a double Sagittarius, okay? With the King of Wands for me, and the Temperance card is in the placement of Sagittarius. This has a lot to do with taking something from the way it once used to be and moving into the place of where it's going to be steadfast. So this is still this transitional energy, but keeping in mind, one thing I'm hearing is that you are going to be celebrating soon. That's the message for this reading. You're going to be celebrating soon, that all of your hard work will pay off. I'm getting a real sense of that. And I feel like this is a lot to do with whatever you feel the most passionate about, because it's very connected in with your heart center, I also feel like some of you are going to be starting something new in the new year. Many of you have really gotten clear or getting sparks of clarity with the Judgment card of next steps, centering more in your purpose and knowing that you are going to achieve the goals you want and that things are going to start paying off. That's really what I'm hearing. And I also hear sort of like release your breath, like let the breath out. Don't feel like you are not headed in the direction you need to be in. This is pretty powerful. This feels very solid. The final card here is Knight of Pentacles and the World card, which is completion, which is coming into, final steps of what you've really worked for. So Knight of Pentacles knows that I do feel like some of you are going to be heading into something new that you're going to be doing in the beginning of next year. This could be career direction. This could be a business. This could be a long-awaited desire that you have that's going to start. But also you're really ready to put the time in and the work in. You're very clear on, you may not know every single step, but you know how it should feel. So that is a really important point. Okay, I'm going to pull some oracle just in closing with this reading. Again, it is so good to be with all of you. So again, these typically for me are more in-depth readings. If you enjoy these types of readings, please be sure to comment and share and check out my other videos. I would love to hear your thoughts and what types of readings and content you enjoy from my channel. That's very helpful. And it keeps me connected to you and also helps grow the channel. All right, this is Rebecca Campbell's healing deck. Aha, I've been reading about this week. Atlantis, okay? Keep the big vision, stay in alignment as you grow. So many of us right now, we're getting the Atlantis card, are remembering past lives or parts of past lives that make us feel connected to a deeper truth within ourselves, and it also aligns us to our purpose. Remember, your past lives and even your current life, they really, on a spirit level, all happen at the same time, right? So you can draw strength and clarity and your abilities from these lives. So just paying attention to the signs is what I'm seeing. We're also getting the sirens, use your voice, expansion, and freedom. And then the final card, let it rain, allowing what is, inevitability, trust. So a lot of the difficulty that has been experienced over the last several months is going to start feeling lighter. And you're going to be picking up the pieces of what has been challenging for you and moving into a place of just contentment. That's what I'm hearing. I can't wait to hear again how this resonated. It's been so good. I've missed you guys so much. And you can expect to now I'm going to be uploading 2 readings a week. And if you feel drawn to this, please let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.